Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday session at the local pundit. We're not going to muck around. We've got so much to talk about. We've got the whole team here, the whole crew's here. I'm wearing my local pundit hat. Going to bring all the boys in. Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Good evening, everyone.
Well, here we go. Sunday session. This is it. Well, Monday for me, but Sunday for all you boys. Is it Sunday for you, Paddy?
Yeah. Still.
Yep. They just.
Nice. Look at that lettuce, though. That lettuce
I
is
know. Actually,
Dave.
that is, you have to admit, most attractive man, GQ Man of the Year, Paddy Power today.
Yeah,
He is solid. It really flows.
Oh,
too.
look at that. He's even did a turn for us.
Whoa.
Look at him.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, I love it.
Massive fan.
It's got a good cowlick right there that goes like, whoosh, it's got a good.
Have flares out.
It's really fat.
Flowing locks. I mean, just.
Yeah. There's an English golfer called Tommy Fleetwood who gets it all the time about his good-looking locks. He's got the lettuce like Josh, and he's got the beard. Like they're like doppelgangers. But yeah, so I thought I'd rock the green local pundit hat today, Josh.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
There's only a few.
So
Steve Martin.
That's so good. Josh, I'll put you in charge of comments again today.
I'll comment up. I'm backseat driver. How's that? You drive. I'm in.
So we're going to get into a couple of things today. We're just going to cover off a couple of topics. Good Sunday session. We'll get into the real meaty, fun stuff at the end. Not that it's all not interesting, but we'll get straight into it. And I'm going to start off with, we're just going to talk a little bit about the new COP development. And maybe some people don't know why the bricks are involved in the COP, but I'll bring up the picture straight away from the leader, which is the rendered image, which is not going to be the official, but that's a brick. That's obviously all brick, and it's 3D printed. I reckon that looks absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And I know, Paddy, I think you covered a little bit on it at the end of Extra Time yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, we mentioned it.
Yep.
It was requested, so I did it. Yeah, we had a look at it.
And the people.
I like the image. Like it. There has been mention of all the nice little holes for birds to try and nest in.
Well, it might not be that, obviously.
Yeah.
But, and Populous is the architectural firm that have been engaged to do the COP. And if you actually do go and look on their website, oh my God, they have done pretty much every stadium on the planet and some new ones.
Yeah, sorry, James Leam was fanboying out to. He's like, you're gonna love it. Like, not even a question. He said to Paddy, and Paddy's eyes were like, I love it. It was so good. It was really good.
Yeah. Yep. They did a Viva Arena over in Ireland, Paddy. You'd love it. They've done a whole heap of football stadiums in the UK. They have done, interestingly enough, they have done Suncorp Stadium, which is a bank in Australia, so that's the advertising it's named for, in Brisbane here in Australia. Now, that is nicknamed the Cauldron. Now, I will tell you, I have been to a lot of football events there, and that place is literally a cauldron. It is an absolute amphitheater, and the noise and the atmosphere inside that place is off the charts. And it's a rectangular football stadium. It's exactly what, they've played Women's World Cup soccer there. It is bloody amazing. So, and interesting with that one, they actually have 3 tiers in each side. And so it's a 60,000 seat stadium, but if you took out the top tier, it's about a 45,000 seat stadium. And then if you're not having massive numbers, they just shut down one tier and they use one tier, and it's still a great atmosphere. Yeah. So, and then the hospitality is on each level. So, people aren't traveling levels to go to hospitality. They're just coming out of their seat through the walkways, and they're right there. Their food, drink, toilets, a whole box and dice, heaps of hospitality areas, massive amounts of room. Like, they can drive machines right around the stadium, underneath all the stands, quite easily. Like these guys, and I have a feeling it will be something very similar in design to that. So that in terms of operational, not its look, just operational. Yeah. So, and I will, Esteban, I will bring that up. I'll bring up the image of that in a bit, but that's that. So that's that image there of, and I'll remove that now. And you guys just tell us what you think a little bit about that while I bring up the next one.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome. I'm curious. It makes me excited for the rest of it. I want to see what the whole thing looks like, and I'm really stoked about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, on the reason why they're going to use bricks. So what a lot of people mightn't realise is the whole north of Wales was very, it's obviously a mining town, heaps of coal, so on and so forth. But back in the 19th century and right through the 20th century, there's a whole heap of brickworks. Now, this is the historical museum, and you can see all the bricks here on the side, and then you've got a map in front of us there, and there is Wrexham right there, sort of just bottom left, just down there a bit. And you can see all around it, all the coal, all the brickworks. And these bricks were made to basically build the whole of the UK, like all over the UK. So it's steeped in history, and it's interesting that Rob and Ryan are, talking about wanting to maintain the history, integrate and use as much local business as possible. I mean, there aren't anywhere near this many brickworks there now. They've all sort of died out because bricks have become not as popular building material. But I think that it's a really great thing to incorporate it in some way, and I think it would look absolutely fantastic.
This is research, Ken. This is far beyond anything I would expect.
Well, I mean, Josh, I'm trying to keep up with the amount of research you do for your shows.
It's tough.
Yeah, well, multiple people have mentioned the Ruabon red brick. Now, a lot of people believe we won't be able to get the official Ruabon anymore unless they're reclaimed or we have found some massive set somewhere. But I don't think that really matters. I think having the same style of red brick is lovely. And something that just occurred to me as I was looking at the template there a minute ago is, where I was saying all the holes in the brickwork, it's actually possible that they could be black brick. It might not actually be individual holes. So if that's the case, there might not actually be so many. But something else I was wondering, we have spoken about before, could they potentially shift the cop back just a little bit to give more space for the tech end when that gets redeveloped? Okay. Now, if that was done, or if it was possible, something that would be really cool if they could do it is if you built a mirror image of the cop on the other end at the tech end and actually did it in black to represent the coal.
You gotta write that in.
That would be cool.
You gotta put that in. You gotta put it. Don't give them all the good ideas, Patty. What are you doing, man? Don't give it away.
I want them to build it.
Don't give it away.
But that would look cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
One on each end.
I'm a huge fan of the red brick, though. By the way, I grew up in a red brick house, so I look at that and I'm like, that's cool. And by the way, great research on that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, shoot, man.
Yeah. Esteban was asking for an image of Suncorp Stadium. So this is Suncorp Stadium. Okay, so now this is just to give you an idea. So down at the bottom here, you can see there's a church like that is heritage listed that they weren't allowed to remove.
There's in the front. Yeah,
I see it
down the bottom there, and the concourse area to the left is out the front onto a main road, and across the road from there is a train station. Ironically enough. So very interesting. And what you can see here is if you look inside at the chairs, you can see the three levels I'm talking about. There's like a main level at the bottom. Then there's like the big hospitality. It's a very thin area with hospitality and like those prestige seats. And then there's the top tier above that. which is the tier that when there's not a
The
sellout,
additional tier, yeah.
they
They
shut
can't-
down.
They shut it off. Yeah, yeah. How many?
Yeah,
what's
they
that capacity there? And what is that? A football stadium? Obviously,
That's 60.
that's 60. Wow.
60K. Now that's and I've got and I will bring up one more image for you because I know there's all this talk about the mold road and and how we can't expand because of that. And we have another stadium in Brisbane that actually cantilevers out over a road.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's quite easy to do. So it's not like Mold Road, is it? Yes, Josh.
Sorry, just you're trying to use a $4 word. The cantilevers. Can we just you want to look that up?
Yeah.
Can we want to describe what that means?
Well, Josh, that's like your cap hanging out over the back of your lettuce.
Got it.
And
Okay.
and you build on the cap.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then you can,
Just-
and then you can
yeah.
and build up. Yeah.
It's
That comes
$6
out
word
on
Sunday. Yeah, it's $6 word Sunday.
Yeah. So actually, so
I just thought,
potentially-
sorry, Paddy, before you give your point, that's I'll have big words for 800, Turd Ferguson.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, sorry, Paddy, you go.
But yeah, it has been mentioned previously, the possibility of cantilevering out the tech end over some of the parking of the university, if they would permit that.
I'll have to buy some of that, Paddy.
I love.
Yeah, I know. Now, the new CEO did mention that they've got a good working relationship and that they would potentially allow them to purchase small parts of land or whatever. But like, if they're planning on using it for parking as it is at the moment, we could potentially buy the land, leave it as parking, and then just have permission to cantilever out into what is our own land. So something like that could be done.
I want exceptional cantilevers. Exceptional.
Well,
Yeah.
this stadium is so easy to get in and out of. I mean, it's U2's played there. I mean, major music acts play there every year. They play, like obviously World Cup soccer. We play rugby league football here in Australia, which is the biggest game in this state. And we have a game where it's state versus state called State of Origin. And those games are they are like the Super Bowl, but 3 of them a year. They're awesome. That good. Yeah. And like so, but in terms of functionality, like all down this side here that you can see along the main length of the stadium there, that's all hospitality and like big meeting areas. On the other side of that stadium, they have offices, they have the state league offices are there. On the far corner away from us there's actually a YMCA like building just outside the stadium. And so they have a concourse area like you see at the front of one end here at both ends of the stadium and very easy access in and out. I can see the Cop end having something very similar to that concourse.
So in your mind, the church is the turf.
Well, we can't get rid of the turf. And the turf, which is heritage listed, is going to go under that cantilevered section. So, and I'll get rid of this now, and I will go and find you the image of the cantilevered.
While you're doing that, I will go to some of the chats while we're doing that, while you're looking that up. Steve Barton has gifted 1 local pundit membership. Make sure you get that. Who got it? Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you. And last one here, I just want to shout out to Lexi. Hi, everyone. I want to thank everyone for the folks who contributed to the GoFundMe for my husband's medical treatment. Much appreciated. Yes, please go check that out. Lexi and her husband are going through a tough time, but happy to help in any way we can. And our hearts go out to you as well. So thank you all, local pundit community.
Yeah. And that is one image there of it. And you can see it right at the bottom of the screen. But I've just actually, and I'm really sorry about this, guys, because I've got a way better image. So I've just found a way better image.
There you go.
I will get that for you. So, but it's really interesting because people were talking about like in the future expansion of the stadium, and obviously the first iteration is the Cop. But when we get into it, it's going to be
down day after the season ends, right? When we're in the championship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting to see when that image hasn't. Yeah, I'm just trying to save this image. That's all. Sorry about that, boys.
You're good. Let me know. I'll get the super chats in while you're doing that. Let me get the super chat in while you're waiting. Sorry, guys. Chris Phillips says in his super chat, thank you, Chris, for the super chat. Much appreciated from all of us here. If I had to say, I'd put a giant red dragon on top of the stand with pyros installed, allowed to breathe fire when the goals are scored. And that's a good shot because they do that at the beginning of some, like the Wolves games, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And Kelly Davidson also thrown in a $10 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Kelly Davidson. Absolute legend of the chat. I believe that Cardiff City Stadium has the capacity of 33,280. I'd love to see the Stoke Carras to eclipse the Cardiff site. Yes, I'm petty. You're not. You're just honest, and I love it. What do you know the capacity? What do we know about the capacity at this point? And I think that Patty and Aaron and Ken have done a deep dive on all that as well.
Yeah. So once again, Mike Williamson has said that this new stand is going to take us up to 15,000, 15,500 with the first phase of it, which is the 5,500. Then there's the new level that can be put into it, which is the extra 2,000, bringing it up to 17,500. And that's enough for now. He said that that's essentially a 5-year plan at that level. And then as the other stands need to be renovated and redone, they will continue to add them, with the idea that it will go to in the region of 28 to 32,000 at full max rebuild. And that is for by the time they're in the Prem. Mm-hmm. So that essentially sounded like, when we have Prem money, then we'll start building out the other stats.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah. And so this is called the Gabba. So the suburb's called Wollongabba. The nickname for this stadium is called the Gabba. You can actually see some little red and white barriers on the road there. There's actually still 3 lanes to the right of that as you look at it on the left there. So all those, there's 7 lanes of traffic there, and those 3 lanes on the right are all above, like underneath the stadium.
Is that Aussie rules? Is that an Aussie rules stadium?
Aussie rules and cricket. Yeah, in cricket. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Aussie rules is an awesome sport.
Yeah. Awesome. And actually, in an interesting thing, as you look at that picture now, you can see the light pylons, the one on the right, over on the right. They've actually just built a brand new building there now, a high-rise apartment complex. On the top floor, there's actually a beer garden / cocktail bar and people book it out to sit on the edge because they can watch games. It's like looking down into the stadium. And but I mean, so that is and this is one of the options. Brisbane actually has the Olympics in 2032, and they're talking about a redevelopment of this stadium. But there's other options, which I hope they do and don't use this one, to be honest, in my opinion, for our city. But really, the purpose of this was just to show you the cantilevered seating going out over the road, so that you could actually still have a stadium with the capacity that Rob and Ryan want, and not have to move the actual pitch, except for the tech end, probably, Paddy. Would I be right? To get extra at that end.
Yeah, unless, as we say, they can cantilever out over some extra land of the university. But yes, I assume just going up will not get them the same capacity as the COP has from the space that's available at the moment.
Yeah, and John's absolutely right, John. If there's one thing you guys can't do anymore, it's play cricket. And so while Birmingham is leading the table, nobody else cares about cricket, but I'm glad we smashed you at that. So moving right along.
Who put that up? Has anyone mentioned the Sphere in Las Vegas? No, we have not, Dan Moore. Thank you for the super chat. But the Sphere in Las Vegas is absolutely T-City. It is awesome.
Mm-hmm. And designed by Populous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good shout, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask a dumb question? Not that there are dumb questions.
No
Absolutely.
way.
Man, Josh.
No way. A dumb question.
This is for Pat. So, what is it? Hurling, Patty? Is it hurling?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same because that what you just showed right there, I know it's kind of get off topic. Is that the same space hurling for England for Ireland as it do for Ken? You know what?
There's no dumb questions, Josh. Just dumb people.
Yeah, well, no one said. No one said. Says no one. I love you guys. Why do I come back from it? Why did I show up to get abused? Love it. Is that true or no? Or am I making that up?
It's not the same type. Crow Park is one of our biggest stadiums, and it has 82,300 capacity, and that's used for Gaelic football.
Yeah, Gaelic football, hurling. That's
hurling and hurling as well, both.
And what's the shape?
Same, actually.
Yeah, that was.
It's a large rectangular, larger than a football field.
Got it.
Because obviously, when you're hitting the ball and kicking from your hands constantly, as you do in the football, you need a larger space. So hurling, I believe, is the fastest game played on grass.
There's a lot of Gaelic football players that end up playing Aussie rules football in Australia. They get recruited because they get more money here to play that game. It's not like, but then
Gaelic football and hurling are essentially non-professional almost. They're barely paid for it over here. It's really just you represent your county, but it is huge over here.
Yeah. So in terms of earnings, like that's all like almost half semi-professional. Then you have Aussie rules, which is really good money. Like the best guys there are earning like just over $1 million a season, and then the best Aussie rules kickers end up in the NFL.
Well,
like there's a lot of Australian punters in the NFL.
Aaron, I don't know. You can probably speak. Jeez, that kid the kid that was on Kansas City Chiefs got booted. Right?
Yeah, that's a Aussie rules punters have come in, and there's been quite a few of them in the NFL, and they have a specific style of punting that is some people like, and even in the college ranks, some people like it, some people don't. It's a little different, but
they can kick an NFL ball about 70 yards, 75 yards, like it's insane. But anyway, so
and you're my favorite. Sarah's just kissing ass. Oh my days.
I love you too, Sarah.
You put his name in the chat. He's got to read it. He's sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Sarah. Ken's his favorite too. Okay. Ken's favorite, I promise.
You know the best part about Ken being on this show is that Ken gets to watch Ken. That's in the fourth person, people. That's in the fourth person.
It's
just while we're completely off topic here. Anyway, so has anybody seen a Gaelic football match or a hurling match?
Yes,
Tanta Sports. Yeah, it's Tanta Sports. Yeah,
Tanta Sports. You have watched them?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I played it.
How did you not know it wasn't a rectangle?
I knew. I wanted you to tell Josh.
Because they were on at like 4 a.m. here in Los Angeles, and I was jacking it. Like the series. So that's it. So if you know about the Tanta Sports here in the States, it was like 2008, 2009. Yes, there you go. And my friend Steve, shout out to him. My friend Steve actually plays here on the beach. So yeah, he plays it on the beach out here. I don't know. He's like my Irish guy.
Just going off again, telling us he's got friends.
Okay. We have a super chat from Halo.
You want it?
We should bring up.
Well, we got Chris's too, but go ahead. You got to get up. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I didn't see Chris's.
We'll go Chris and Halo. Chris Phillips. Okay. We read that one. Is that right? I didn't read that one. Chris Phillips.
No, we didn't read that one.
See this? I said I was working from the back. Right back to front to back.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. What will it look like for Global Dragons to get tickets while construction is underway? Can Temp Comp stand up for part of the season? No, it can't stay up for part of the season. And simple answer, you will not get one. You are screwed.
But
it'll be ugly.
Can we double down on that right now? There is already a problem right now with the locals, and I'm not defending or not defending, but I understand money issues, putting 3 games out at a time, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might get worse before it gets better. For the locals, because there's, it feels like they're probably getting away from them for international fans and things like that. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but it could get ugly at some point. I don't want it to happen, but it could get ugly, and I hope it doesn't do that.
Yeah. So the issue, like, let's just see where we are at the moment. We have about 3,000 tickets that are going out to members at the moment. A little bit more actually, because you get a couple from the other stands, and that's available to everybody who is a member otherwise, but doesn't have a season ticket, and isn't accounted for. And it's a race to it. So the new CEO, part of the reasoning for putting out the 3 matches at the same time is so that the international fans can get one of them. He said that was part of the logic. Is it does potentially reduce the number of locals who are buying up 3 tickets immediately. Now, obviously, that is kind of admitting.
Yeah.
Well, it's not from the international side, but it is. It is actually admit. Yeah.
Let's take. Sorry, I feel you like, hey, they're used to doing something, and now they feel like they're being pushed out. That's it. But yeah, that's the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But he's actually admitting it. And he did on the FID meeting they were at, and that's now been released. And he basically said, yeah, this allows other people to go, people who can't get tickets. Now that's working kind of at the moment, and maybe working too well, because some of the locals are very annoyed about it and just not buying extra tickets, and potentially some of these matches are having extra tickets unfulfilled. But next season, when that 3,000 becomes 300, there is going to be mad scrambles. And especially if we're up in the championship. If we've gone up to another season as well, with the names and the clubs that are going to be up in championship,
big trouble.
It's going to be crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So, Paddy, your point is about the amount of tickets. Josh, your point is more about the cost of the tickets. Is that what you're saying?
Cost and feeling like the locals are being pushed out, which I can totally understand. I understand. So it's kind of a two-header there.
Yeah, because we didn't even fill the fill the ground for the Stevenage game. It was like half full, so yeah, it was not even close to full. But I mean, that's the exception to the rule. Pretty much every game sold out, but that Stevenage game was the poorest attendance I'd seen in a long time.
Thursday game? Was it Tuesday game?
It was Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday game against Stevenage, and
it was Tuesday game, and it was the last game of the 3 that they put out at the same time. So
that makes sense.
Yeah,
there's got to be more to come. And sorry, I digress, but this is why it's worth it. NIN Halo. Excuse me. Thank you for the super chat. Just because your banter is so enjoyable. Well, you got Lettuce. You got Aaron throwing his missus under the bus, and Ken, just reading out Ken stuff. You know what I mean? There you
go. Paddy's Lettuce, and Aaron's a mechanic.
Yeah, he's kind of a mechanic. Yeah.
So, well, look. Tell you what, we've covered off that. Aaron, I was as Josh pointed out when he said he had the secret sauce to the comments of what was being covered today, and it's right here clearly. I'm reading it out. So there it is. I'm looking at it right now. So Aaron, you're going to cover off today where we are now in the league, and how do you think we're going to end up? Like, throw that at us. How do you think we're going to end up this season now?
So just because my friend John Merrill is in the chat, I've done a deep dive. Birmingham's in the mud. We're going to beat them. We're going to win the league. They ain't got a chance. We're coming for them. You're screwed, John. You're screwed. I'm kidding.
You're not kidding.
No.
We're coming after you. You're not taking the league. It's over.
Quick roundup. I'll give you the playoff teams at least. Birmingham, first place and 63 points. Wickham in second and 59. And then their lead was 6 going into yesterday, and now we closed that gap a little bit, only 4 points behind. We're on 55 in third place, and then 5 points behind us is Stockport. They're on even games with us. Huddersfield's got a game in hand, and they're on 48, so they lost again yesterday. Leyton Orient right now, the team that's pretty hot, they just snuck into the last place of the playoffs. They're in 6th with 44 now. They're even with 3 other teams on 44 points, and then Barnsley's right there with them on 43. So really, there's a right now, if you look at it, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You maybe throw Stevenage in there, 6. 5, 6 teams still really fighting for that sixth
and
place.
Stevenage has only played 27 games, Aaron.
Yeah, and exactly. Stevenage with 2 games in hand on most of the teams. Now, some of those teams, Leyton Orient's only played 28, Charlton's played 28, Reading's played 28, Bolton's played 29, Barnsley's played 29, and Stevenage has played 27, like you said. So, yeah, there's still a lot of teams trying to get that last spot. It'll be interesting how that shuffles out. But yeah, as far as we go, I'm really feeling good. I feel good. The one issue we do have with the rest of the games in the league is we do play more away games than home games. And obviously our away form has just not been what it needs to be. So 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we've got 8 away games for the rest of the season out of the 17 we have left. So that's we're gonna have to start winning some away games.
Yeah.
That's just is what it is.
Is that correct? That means we have 9 home games.
No,
that doesn't sound right.
No, we got 8 home games. What did I say away? I meant at home.
You said 8 away and 9.
Sorry, I said it wrong. 8 home games the rest of the season. 8 home games the rest of the season.
You've got to forgive him, Paddy. He was trying to count. And
I was counting and talking at the same time. You got me.
and
I didn't take my shoes off so I could count. I was, I had a lot going on.
Like doing this thing.
Got a little wild there. Yeah, got a little wild there. Walking and chewing gum at the same time, all that. But yeah. So
who's our biggest threat?
Our biggest threat at the moment.
You agree with this?
It's at the moment, Stockport are on form. I'm still not completely sold on Stockport. I think they've had a good run of games. So I think that's contributed. So let's just take a look at Stockport right now.
Yeah.
So they've won. So listen, they've won, and to their credit, they've won 4 in a row. Okay. Mm-hmm. They did just go to Leyton Orient and beat them 1-0. All right. But before that, the 3 other games they won before that are Shrewsbury, Crawley Town, and Reading, which those are teams that are all in the bottom end or heading towards the bottom. Reading's heading the wrong direction. So yeah, those are games you would probably expect them to win. Now, obviously, it's never a bad thing to be in good form, and you want to win those games. So, I mean, they got to be feeling good, but I still think, Huddersfield still seems like probably the most dangerous team to us at the moment.
And consistent.
They are inconsistent, which makes me feel good. Now, honestly, to our promotion hopes, I think Wickham's the biggest threat. We've got to catch Wickham.
Yeah.
They did just get their new coach in today.
Well, hopefully he screws them up.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, that's the thing. I think, and John, I know he should know him well. He's I'm trying to see if we had it in the chat because I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Somebody posted it.
Actually, while you're working that out, Aaron, I think you're right because Birmingham currently on 63 points, played 27 games. I think they're going to finish the season on 66 points.
Something like that. Yeah.
They might make the playoffs, but yeah.
So their coach Mike Dodds is the new coach at Wickham. Now, I don't think he's got a ton of first team, managerial experience. I think he's stepped in and done some. He's been like an interim type coach, when coaches have been fired and stuff. So he's done that. But he's the guy that basically he gets all the love for Jude Bellingham and a lot of the players that have come, a lot of the players that have come out of Birmingham youth setup. So I think that's his big claim to fame.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, a lot of, he was at Sunderland as a coach. Not their, he wasn't their manager, but he was coaching at Sunderland, and they've, been really good this year in the championship. So I don't think he's got a lot of, first team managerial experience, but he's got a lot of experience. So I would be surprised if they had a terrible spell under him, but you just never know. Yeah. A new coach is always going to change things up, but you just never know.
It really depends on how big he wants to go with changing things around, because they are doing well. They're near the top. It might make much more sense to be a little bit more cautious in changes you want to make or styles you want to change or whatever, and continue out this season as close to what they've already been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not.
And probably coming in, Patty, he's like, we're keeping Kone. Like, you're not going to
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You would say you're not going to get. They rejected the 7Ms, so we got to keep.
Well, he's also a newer manager in his own right. He won't be able to make that sort of demand. That's above his pay grade, I would think, starting off. But if they've decided not to sell him, they've decided not to sell him. But I think it's an owner decision at this point, because you have to balance your chance of automatics and going up to championship versus take the quick cash now and likely end up in playoffs.
Just how could you even contemplate selling a player right now, sitting in second spot in auto promotion position? Like, I can't imagine any owner thinking, "Oh my God, no, we might make it."
Well, okay. All right. Let me give the counter to that. Okay. So if they go up, that's 10 M's. Okay. You get 10 M's if you go up to the championship. That's off the TV deal right there. Boom, you're getting 10 million. Mm-hmm. Now, if somebody comes in right now and says, we'll give you 8, that's a guaranteed 8 M's. Now, it may not be the 10, but there's no guarantee you're getting promoted. Mm-hmm. So what happens if Kone breaks his leg tomorrow? He could, he'd break his leg walking in the car park.
Aaron, you put Voodoo out there before.
So I know I have, so I'm putting it out there right now. But you know what I'm saying? So with somebody, there's value there. Now, granted, you want to go up, but if the money makes sense, I mean.
Goofy's comment from earlier is very relevant here. Huddersfield spending $3 million on Joe Taylor for him to get a hamstring injury. Now that happened after they bought him. But Luton? What happens?
Luton guy?
He was from Luton. Yeah. Luton.
Okay, yeah.
So what happens if you decide to keep Kone, not take your $7 million, and next week he gets a hamstring injury, out for the rest of the season? Like it's all. Yeah.
You're kicking yourself.
It's all a risk.
Ifs and buts.
It's all a risk. Yeah. But it depends how financially stable your team is, how much revenue you're making. It really does.
And how aggressive you actually want to be.
Yeah.
The three of us are in contract negotiations with Josh at the moment.
Yep. My inbox is full, so just send it to. Just keep sending it; it'll come up every now and then.
I'm waiting on my 10 M's. I'm holding out. I'm holding out.
You're holding out. You're like, that one's holding out.
Transfer me. I want to go to another club.
Josh, send him a bag of M&Ms.
I've been talking.
I'll send him a bag of D's.
I've been talking to John Merrill on the down low about maybe a transfer over to Birmingham. We'll see. Also do have connections with Rotherham, so there's been talks. Talks.
We do have the Global Pundit channel. You can go over there and do your thing.
You can send me to Morecambe. I don't care.
Oh my God! I get rinsed. Oh my God!
Welcome to the show, Josh.
Yeah, well, welcome to the party, pal. Hey, where's Iowa? Where's Idaho?
Jesus Christ!
Okay. Oh my God! That's awesome. A bag of Skittles and some playing cards. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, let's cover off the topic. Are we getting auto promotion, or are we ending up in the playoffs? Because I definitely think we're in one of those two.
Yeah, that's actually a good discussion. As far as the playoffs go, me and Patty were talking about this. I think it was offline the other night.
Secret
we-
deal.
secret
No,
chat.
it was just we were just chatting after one of the shows. It was.
Secret chats.
It would take a horrible run of form for us to not make the playoffs at this point.
It would.
With the amount of games that are left,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's guaranteed that we're making the playoffs, but it would be a horrendous fall if we didn't make the playoffs at this point, just from where we're at. As I think what are we, 11 points up right now, or 13?
11.
I can't
I'll
remember.
bring it back up.
Yeah.
I think it's 11.
There you go.
Right. Yeah. So we're 11 points. We're 11 points clear from 6th place. Okay, and that's the so we should.
Christmas says we're 11 points clear in 9th place.
yeah, exactly, we are. But so it would be a horrible run of form if we fell out of the playoffs. But now, as far as the auto promotion, I think if we can get and this is what happened to us last season. Down the tail end of the season, we had to get our away form back in shape. And I think about this time, we were similar. We're at 13th or something in form on the away form.
Mm-hmm.
But then by the end of the season, that had come all the way back up to 5th or 4th or something.
We played well.
By the end, we played really well down the stretch. Yeah. Now, obviously, we're still behind 4 points, so they're going to have to lose some too.
We need help.
We need a little help, but with 17 games left, 4 points is nothing. 4 points that's doable. We just made up 2 yesterday. So if we do that 2 more times, we're right with them. You know what I mean? That's not. Yeah,
the math.
That is good math. Once you get the math below both hands, I'm really good at it. I got both hands right here. I'm really good.
So Aaron, you're saying we're finishing where?
I think I feel like we're going to get this thing turned in the right direction. I still think we can get that 2nd spot. I'm still hopeful we can get the 2nd spot. So that's where I'm going right now.
Okay. Everybody strap in. Paddy, how do you think we're going to go?
Right. I actually agree with John Merrill in his comment I'll bring up now in a second. Right?
I didn't do it. My hands. I didn't do it.
All right. So before I say that, this season potentially, if we're chasing down Wickham or anybody else who does a run for it, is going to come down to our final 4 matches, 4 or 5 matches, because we're not going to have enough points by that stage to be ahead. We have a lot of away matches at the end of the season in the last 4 or 5 matches. However, they are winnable away matches. They're the lower end of the table, which is a pain in the ass for us because they're the ones we tend to lose. However, leaving that aside for the moment, Wickham have a much harder run in their last group of matches as well. So yes,
there's our last 4 for you.
Yeah,
Charlton, Lincoln. Yep. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Wow. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 4: Blackpool, Charlton, Lincoln, Leighton.
Yeah. All very winnable, and only one of them at home.
All very winnable and all very losable, which is terrifying. I think that's every single game at this point.
2 at home, Paddy. Leighton's at home, last match of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go back one more then to the 5, and that'll be 3 and 2, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Bristol's at home too.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm slightly wrong. Okay.
So 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's okay. But still, we still got to win.
And Asgard just left. Arsgard just left.
So I agree with what John says here. He says he thinks if Kone stays, Wickham look to be the favourites to take the 2nd spot. If he leaves and they don't replace him tomorrow, we will be the favourites. Huddersfield have potentially killed their chances with 3 losses in the last week.
Oh God, they're just in the mud. There's so much.
Yeah.
They're more in the mud.
And this is the thing about people having their run and not having their run.
Yeah.
Like Huddersfield did have a run. Now Stockport's having a run. Yeah. Wickham had a tear. and that's why they're going so well.
Yeah.
They put a lot of points in the bag for sure. Yes.
Yes,
So where are we finishing, Paddy?
Second. I am hopeful towards second, positive towards the idea we can take second, but realistic to know maybe we might just miss. But I'm positive for it.
How's that fence?
Yeah, look, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, Josh.
I honestly,
After all the research you've done, tell me what you've come up with.
We're going to win this league. Here's why. We're going to turn it around. The Deadwood's going to fall out tomorrow. Figure that out on your own, okay? Deadwood's going to fall out tomorrow. And we're going to kick in the show. What? Yeah, watch the show. Exactly, watch the show. Deadwood's going to fall out tomorrow. The new boys are going to step up. We're going to change a little bit of our style of play. And I think we're going to kick on and we're going to show our actual best. We have literally not reached our best this season. And I still think we can win this league. Do not care. Don't care.
This comment right here is the comment of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I'll say the two best teams so far have been Birmingham City, Wickham. But we have just literally gone through a transition in 48 hours of getting rid of players that can't contribute to the fact that we're scoring goals. And I think that we are going to kick on. I think we're going to see a different team. 2 weeks playing together. J-Rod, Smith, who we just took from Reading. Sorry, James, but we took from Reading, and I think we're going to kick on. I think we're going to sort out our back line. Brunt is back, who is our best defender. I'm sorry. AO is going to get his head on straight, and I think we're going to kick on, and I think we have an opportunity to still go on and win this league. But the worst we'll do is second. There you go.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say we're going to finish second to Wickham.
Oh!
And the only reason I'm saying that is because John's in the chat. But no, look, my caveat is we can't all be drinking the Kool-Aid because we won yesterday, and it was a very unconvincing win from about 40 minutes on. After 40 minutes of that game, we did not control that game.
Mm-hmm.
It was yes, we got the 3 points, but we could have played. If we played like we did for the majority of the first half, we would have torn Crawley apart. And no offense to any Crawley fans out there, but you guys are no threat in attack. You scored a once-in-a-lifetime goal for that guy. And, they had one shot on target.
Yes.
And it was a banger. It's probably goal of the month for every league, not just League One. It was that good.
Honestly, I'd be going in for that Ibrahim kid, 20 years old, English central midfielder. He looked good.
So in reality, second to Birmingham. I'm not going to try and wear you out too much, John. I'm sure his head just exploded. but yeah, so that's my opinion. Now, in other great news, Paddy just missed the game that was on earlier today, my time, yesterday, your guys' time, or whatever it was, because Bristol has just gotten over the top of Posh 3-1.
Yeah.
I'm almost happier about that than Lee scoring.
No,
I'm not. But
it's close though. It's
that's
pretty
good. That's good. I like that.
That is seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, Posh are just absolutely in, what the hell? Like if I go to, and I'm going to bring it up.
Show me the table.
I watched the last second half of that game, and it was, Bristol beat the hell out of them.
And they're selling Fernandez is the guy that I would go get to replace O'Connell ASAP. But he's going. It looks like he's going to Norwich. We didn't play today.
So Bristol have just gone over the top of Peterborough on the table and are on 31 points to Peterborough on 30. And Peterborough played 29 games. So the same as Northampton and Burton. Burton are now, and I'm saying only because it is only 5 points behind Posh. And the for and against now, Peterborough has -10 and Burton has -14. Now, that's only 4 goals. Obviously, you'd get 2 wins and 2 losses. And if they're only 1 goal wins and losses, that squares them off. 2 positive for Burton, 2 negative for Posh.
Burton's going to survive.
Look at Quali. 2
Yes,
games
I
in
know.
hand. 2 games in hand on Posh.
But they're so bad, Paddy.
I know, but still.
Turd Ferguson is bottom there.
I hate to say that to the Crawley fans out there, but I mean, like, yes, we played well at the first half and with 2 new strikers in, but then we just parked the bus. And, you know, the more I look at that, I go, we have to do better than that. Otherwise, we won't finish second.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I knew you'd love that one, Paddy. I was saving that one. So big, like it's starting to get squeaky bum time at the bottom of the table.
I'm telling you, Burton with some of our players are going to take it. They're going to take Peterborough. They're going to take Peterborough.
I think so
heard
too.
it first from Paddy.
Yeah. And JJ. JJ's a good. JJ's
So who
Yeah,
else wants to? I'm telling you, we need the question to go around the clubhouse. So who wants to go to Burton and who wants to go to Crawley?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
and Paddy, you need to book a plane ticket because the only person this really matters to the most at the moment is you.
Paddy's clear possible Posh relegation is diabolical. Well, it's definitely in there.
Oh, we don't even have to have Crawley do anything. We just need Burton to get out and Northampton to do okay. Just enough to stay ahead of Posh, and we're in good shape.
Yeah,
I would go after that Fernandez kid that they let go in a second. The 23-year-old, I like him.
Yeah,
I get him right now.
I can't believe that one. That surprises me. That they must be getting a decent fee out of him to let their best defender go when you're this bad at defending.
Well, if I was Parkey, I'd be doing that to replace O'Connell right now.
Right now, he's our best option in the middle.
If they end up in the relegation
zone, I said I think I would not be surprised if we brought a defender in tomorrow. Would not surprise me.
Okay. Well, that's your show tomorrow.
Right. If we're replacing O'Connell and bringing someone else in, are we also then admitting the Scar wasn't a good signing?
I'm not there yet.
Not there yet.
Not there.
So tomorrow you don't want a defender.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely do.
Okay, do you think we need a defender?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
actually, no, I take actually.
See, I'm walking with trouble here.
I take that back. What we need is a better midfielder, and I'm telling you, Josh did a show earlier today, and yes, I know, and for the first time, I actually watched it.
Me too.
But it was interesting because you were talking about Parky and his comments and this and that. Every comment that a manager makes, in my opinion, you absolutely cannot take everything on their word. Like he commented about about bloody AO, not being quite ready to come back. Well, to me, that was protecting AO because when you saw him with a little bit more raw emotion at the end of the Stevenage game, he was ready to kick AO out.
Look at this. John, fucking stop, will you? I'm having a great time here, and you have to go and shit all over it.
No, John, send him to Burton, you jackass.
Crawley or Burton.
Send him to Burton. But no, hey, I'll tell you what though. I disagree on the midfielder thing though. I don't think I know a lot of people have been saying I'll throw this comment up. A lot of people saying we need a midfielder. No, we don't. We need to play Elliot Lee in the midfield. Yes. That's our midfielder that we need. We have him. We just got to play him there.
He's got to pull more guys down. He's got to pull more guys down and score goals. That's it.
You got to. Hey, dude, you got to do. Did it work? It worked.
There's no VAR in League One.
It wasn't a foul.
You tell him, Paddy.
It was off the ball. No,
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was at first, but there's one because I thought the guy was following beforehand. But if you look, there's a view.
Do you want to know why it's not a foul? It wasn't called. Wasn't called.
He pulled that shirt far enough that I could have fit inside there with that guy.
No, I'll tell you this, right? The simple, I would call these all day if I was a ref, right? I would be calling all this shit because I hate it. So I'll be clear on that. But the reason it wasn't a foul is because it was so completely off the ball at the time. The ball was on the other side of the goal, and the ref was not looking at all in the way. And these are the type of things that the refs don't call. It's off the ball play. And they allow them to fuck about with shirts and drag each other and pull each other. We've seen Mullen get fucking slammed to the ground like he was in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Hip tossed onto the ground and stuff. And none of this is called.
So you're adamant if there was a VAR, Paddy, it wouldn't have been called?
I'm not saying that because then you have eyes on it.
You can't trust VAR. You can't trust VAR.
No, but I'll admit it. If I saw it, stuff like that I hate, I would call. But you're not looking over there when the ball's over there. And this is what they do all the time. All the pushing and shoving and all this bullshit that's off the ball, they ignore.
Mm-hmm.
He got lucky.
Until they want to see it. And you know what? I didn't even see it until I had to watch it back. And I was like, you know what? But here's the deal. Because of our badge, because of who we are, we don't get any calls. None. So it'll all balance out. Old school. There's no VAR. Awesome. I'll take it.
But you know what? Here's something I will say, though. VAR is so bad, right, that if you put this to VAR, there is a possibility it comes back also as no foul for a completely stupid reason. Because it was not an obvious mistake of the ref, because the ref didn't see it. He was not in a position to view it. Therefore, it is not a mistake of the ref. Therefore, it is not allowed to be changed by VAR. It could very well have still stood. It's the same bullshit. Like, VAR should not... See, you got me onto VAR now. I fucking hate VAR. VAR should not be about clear mistake by the ref. It should simply be, was a foul not seen? You know, could the ref not see it because it was out of his eye view or he was looking somewhere else? You can't look everywhere at the same time. Is it a fucking foul? Yes or no? That's what VAR should be. And it shouldn't be treated as if, the ref made a mistake. He didn't make a mistake. He just didn't see it. It's not about whether he could have seen it or could have got a right call.
Sorry, Ken. You know, hey, listen. You know why it wasn't a foul? Because it wasn't called a foul.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing about it is if you actually watch the replay, that defender was backing into Lee and Lee was coming around him like that. Lee didn't even need to touch him. The defender was going to get nowhere near him. His feet were moving. There was no way that defender could have got anywhere near where Lee got to. So it didn't matter. So we scored. We won. Posh lost. Paddy's happy.
Yeah, there you go. Everyone's happy. And Aaron's got a new partner. There's a kitty. Are those the babies, the small ones?
Yeah, not so small anymore.
Not so small anymore. Oh,
there you go.
He's like, all right.
Yeah. Well, I think we might quickly cover off the footy tips results now because I'm just going to give props to Aaron.
Oh, did I have a good week?
Damn it.
A good week.
Ooh.
Let me get this down.
Josh got that. We all went okay. Josh had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins and a result, which is on any week a really good week. Paddy, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 this week for Paddy, which is but Paddy cracked the 300 points.
Nice. Yeah.
I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a result.
Nice.
And then man of the match, Aaron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 9 and 3 games. He only got 3 games wrong. How did you do it, Aaron? I want you to talk us through it.
I'm not gonna lie. I wake up in the morning and piss excellence. So
it's called mellow yellow. It's called mellow yellow.
I think I do better. I do better when I just do them on the fly. Apparently, there's no research going into last week's pick, or this weekend's pick. So
you joining my
that.
out of his results there. Look, I'm going to give him a little shout out here. Cambridge versus Wickham 1-1.
Yeah,
exact results, and Shrewsbury versus Mansfield 2-1.
Yeah,
they are not easy calls. Those two.
But I'm telling you, if last night's game, Bristol v Peterborough, have a look how close Paddy was. He had 3-0 and it was 3-1. He missed it by that much.
Oh man.
Paddy would have been just going to town on that for the rest of the season, which would have been great. So
man.
The field is tightening.
John is seriously trolling us today. It's great.
I know. Off. Are we sharing what we're betting on? How does this game work? And what's the prize for the winning team? Oh, dear.
Well, in this, I'm putting up the prize. I've already said that.
Yes.
There was a poll, Josh, and we did have a footy tip channel on the Discord.
I need to put it back up. I got to put it back up.
And that poll was in there, and people got their tips in on who they were going for. So there's nothing for us 4 boys except bragging rights. Then
no one brags there.
Not much.
Hold on, I'll put it up right now.
I'm the worst offender.
Yeah. How do you do this?
But if we, and then we just have to see who tipped who, because I know there's a few people in there, and Paddy was a little bit upset early. I remember in that because I think no one had picked him yet, but then they did, and those that did are looking good right now.
All right, it's back in. I just put it in. Look at me touching buttons while I just updated the Discord. So
there we go. I forget which member it was that put up the poll, but anyway. So as you can see, Josh has finally cracked 200. But when Josh cracked 200, Paddy cracked 300.
Hey, Jimmy cracked corn, and I don't care. There you go.
So Aaron is now in second spot, only 21 points behind. If he has another week like last week, he'll be right on his tail. And I'm 3 points behind Aaron. So anyway.
Hip Karma says we all rock. Ken, don't be such a downer. Hip Karma says we all rock. So there you go. Don't even be mean. See, there you go. We all rock. No one loses.
I think pissing excellence is the best one of the day.
Now, Kelly, you either want to vote for me or you don't. Do you need to see my first week's tips to kind of jump on my train? You know,
how do you
I'm
not
a little disappointed by that comment, Kelly.
You know what's going to happen tomorrow, by the way, for the transfer close? Paddy's going to be putting a fan to the right of him, and his hair is just going to flow.
Yes,
it's going to just, it's just going to flow. The fan will be here, and it'll just like casually just zoning people in and just vote for. That's what's going to happen. Trust me, it's going to. I see it happening right now. I see it happening. Yeah. And then Aaron behind you is going to be totally whiteboard in the back. Watch.
And he's going to be doing these ones.
Yeah. You just wait. Just wait for Aaron tomorrow. I mean business.
Kelly's
tomorrow,
after you.
It's Aaron's time to shine.
Yeah, but Kelly's after Paddy right now, going data.
So, is it data or data for you, Josh?
Data.
I think data. So. Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yep.
Yeah.
And the last thing we were going to cover off today, boys, we're an hour 5 in. This has flown by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done.
Who's starting?
Oh shit.
In the Port Vale game.
Tuesday. I'll go. Foz, Rev. Backline could be Boyle if he's still here. Middle of the park will be Scar, unfortunately. On the right side of that will be Stash. On the other side will be Aaron James. In the middle of the park will be Cannon, Evans, and maybe Big L. Okay, up front will be Mofal and JM. There you go.
Wow.
Thanks, brother. See you later. Bye, John. See you tomorrow.
See you, John.
See you, John. That is a crazy, crazy lineup. Okay. So, boys, well, Paddy, give us your lineup for Port Vale.
Tomorrow is a really interesting one because there's so many different ways you can go with it. You really can. I say you have to give minutes to potential first teamers. So I think that's what he's going to do. Marriott up front, Vale needs the minutes. He needs a chance to shine and show what he can do. I would like Lee to get minutes in midfield back in his standard position. I think the new boys can go on the bench and come on for like the last 20 or something just to get a run out. I don't know that I see a lot of benefit in them running out with a half team. What are they going to learn about our normal style from all these new faces? I don't think they're going to learn much.
I wouldn't
And
risk
our next game's not till the 15th.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Like
risk
we've got like 12, 10 more than 10 days till the next game. So yeah. So anyway, keep going.
So plenty of time there. I don't really know. I wouldn't be surprised if Scar's playing.
Okay.
I think Parky might relegate him back to this just to see how he plays. With the rest of the boys.
Why don't we start this again? We'll do a full team lineup. We'll go back to Josh. We'll let him do his full team from the back to front, and then we'll come back to you, Paddy. So we'll do it properly, back to front.
Not front.
Go, Josh.
Foz 2.0 going to start. All right, left side, Ravon.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Agreed.
No, yes.
Agreed. Yep.
Aaron.
It's your team, Josh. You pick them.
That's your team. You pick them.
Oh, all right. Stash, Scar, and who's the other guy I said? I think
Rev, but
yeah, he's on the left. I put Plenty in there. I think Brunt might play. Just get him some minutes. On the right, Aaron James, maybe. No, not Aaron James. I'm wrong with that. Aaron James will be in the middle. On the right will be maybe Longman. Sorry, I missed that one. Longman, Evans in the middle of the park, back in there. I think Elliot Lee could get some minutes. And then, I lost my own team. I don't know. I'm missing one, but up front will be Mofal and JM. That's what I think.
Okay. That's Paddy. Let's get your full team lineup.
I can't even do a full team lineup for this. I would not be surprised to see Mendy.
Oh, Mendy, yeah.
The fact that Mendy has been on the bench lately makes me think that he'll get a run out. Certainly. Well, not certainly, but I would think so. New contract and everything. If he doesn't, I really don't see the point.
Yeah, it's got to be.
What's the point?
You're right. I forgot about him.
But who's up front on the left then? Or Mendy, I guess, but
no, left you got about Mendy and right you got about Rev, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's so mixed up tomorrow. I really don't really care, to be honest.
Don't care.
No, I don't care who's played. I want to see them. I want to see them play. But there's so many options. It's hard to tell.
Aaron,
Mendy, Scar, Cannon, Marius. See, even Goofy doesn't have a full team there.
Actually,
Aaron, give us a full team, Aaron.
Give a full team. We don't know what the hell we're talking about here.
AO in goal.
Okay.
Dan Scar in the middle. TOC on the left of the back three. George Evans on the right of the back three. And I'll say this: if not, it's because Aaron James didn't go out on loan. I expect Aaron James to go out on loan.
Okay.
There's been rumors of that, so I think Aaron James goes on loan tomorrow. Could be wrong. If not, Aaron James may start there, but for right now, we'll go with George. Then we go. I think you get Dobson as the holding midfielder, and we'll have Cannon and probably Rathbone. I think he'll go Revan on the left as the wing back, and I think we'll get what's his name? Our new right wing back. Longman. Longman will get a start at right wing back, and I think you get Fall, and depending on what happens with Mullen, if he's healthy, Mullen maybe, or Marriott, depending on if he feels like Marriott's ready for a full game. So that's where I'm at.
Fair enough. Well, I'm gonna go that now Park. So this is where Parky's comments start to come into my head and play with my head a little bit, because he's sort of saying we started AO too early. Now, because we've got so many games between this game and the next game, if he's going to stick by that comment, then you play Howard as keeper. If he's going to just use that as a smokescreen, then he plays AO. But if I stick by that one, then Howard plays. Then the back three, I'm going to have Brunt, Scar, and Evans. Going to give O'Connell rest. Then and I'm saying that, Aaron, because he'll bring O'Connell back as first string. I'm going to give you O'Connell for the first string team. Then on the right wing back is Revan. On the left wing back, Mendy. Then in the middle, I want Lee to play his position to get minutes and get back in the flow of that. With I'm going to give Dobson a rest and play Matty James in the middle, and then I'm going to play Cannon on the right of in the midfield. Up front, I'm going to give Fale a start, and I'm going to give Marriott a start. And then I'm going to have both Smith and Ferguson on the bench for more minutes, coming on 70, 75-minute mark, to give them a bit more time with the formation, not so much the first string team, but the formation. So, yeah, that was my starting lineup. And I think and then the reason I say Howard over AO, because if you stick by Parky's going to stick by his comments. The other one is Mullen doesn't even get on the bench because he's got a shin injury.
Allegedly.
Did McNicholas come back injured?
Yeah.
He's been injured, so I don't know.
He has been injured.
Healthy,
is he still injured?
Yeah, I don't know. That I don't know.
Because you could start him if he's not injured, Paddy.
Here's the other thing, too. How he could decide to go. We're getting close to where we're going to start taking this cup run serious.
Yeah.
So is he there yet? Considering we've got
16-8-4-2 4 rounds.
We've got almost 2 weeks off.
Yep. And remember those early season games we were playing?
May go heavy.
Had guys like Harry Ashfield playing.
I was playing.
Yeah.
No, we weren't that desperate.
Yeah.
We weren't that desperate. No, we were playing. Sorry, I'm just setting up the game day build up tomorrow for the
game. That's so it's going to be interesting. Actually, it's going to be very telling to how serious we're taking it when we see the lineup.
Well, we still have to go through 24 hours of the transfer window, so that's
that's what I was about to throw to, because before that, tomorrow we have this guy. He's in charge. What do you got for us, Aaron? What are we doing? Give us a sneak peek.
Yeah, what am I doing?
Sneak peek. Listen, tomorrow is going to be a nice long show, and we'll review. We'll go through. We'll do some reviewing on at least some of the top teams in the division and what kind of transfer business they've done in the January window. And we'll see how deep that goes. It just kind of depends on time, where we're at. We'll just kind of, It's going to be a nice laid back show. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some guests in. Hopefully John Merrill comes in. Matt from Racecourse, I think we've talked to him. I think he may try to pop in. Nathan Salt possibly. I think Patty, I don't know if you want to let it out yet, but you might have a surprise for us. You can let it out if you'd like to, or if you want to wait.
Or you get
I have been in contact with Andy Morell, and we are due to do a recorded interview tomorrow in the AM GMT time. So depending on how busy we are in the evening and what's happening, some or all of that interview may be released during the show. If it's only parts of the interview, then we will obviously release the whole thing soon after.
The local pundit getting the scoops.
That will be interesting. Interested, and I can't wait. I met him when I was over in London, so at the match.
Awesome.
He spotted your flowing lock. He spotted your flowing locks as you were.
I didn't then.
So yeah, lots of guests lots of guests that'll be around, and it'll be a nice long show. At least I think we're starting at 3:30 my time, which is 8:30 GMT.
Yeah,
8:30 GMT.
So that gives us a nice long 3.5-4 hour show, probably at least, to take us through the whole window and kind of wrap things up and see. So we'll review what Wrexham's done, what they do tomorrow. I think everybody kind of expects some outgoings tomorrow. Maybe some incomings. We'll see. You never know. They may surprise us. It should be a fun day. It's always a fun day. So yeah, it's going to be a nice, fun show tomorrow. I'm super excited about it.
Dressed up, margaritas.
Yeah, everybody dressed in their best tomorrow, looking sharp. It's going to be good.
Kelly said, "Are you taking out work tomorrow? Are you going to get out from under the car? What are you going to do?"
No, I am getting off work early tomorrow. I got a little bit of. I used a little vacay time so I could get off early to do this show.
That's how important this is.
There you go. That's right. That's big stuff. Big stuff.
Techie said he's going to be great. Sorry, Ken. Techie said he's a great guy. He's going to be good. Knows his stuff. Techie, if you want to pop in tomorrow, come on in. Let me know. Just text. Yep.
Absolutely.
Be interesting to see if we do get one more.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. And everybody, do not forget to like and subscribe. You'll see down in the bottom corner there.
Yes.
At 1.53 now, we're jumping along. Everybody's getting in and seeing the value you get here at the local pundit. So subscribe, doesn't cost anything. Don't forget to like. It really helps out the channel. So next show is 12:30 PST tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Unless anything breaks, I'll be live with breaking news if anything happens on there. But yes, tomorrow is 12:30, and if anything breaks early, I'll cover that tomorrow for sure on the show. As you know, we break news here. By the way, Road to 2000. By the way, 1.53. That's all because of you lot, and it's fantastic. But yes, Road to 2000.
And even before that show tomorrow, Paddy's going to be in the background doing his interview. All the stuff's going to be happening. I'm looking forward to seeing what Paddy's got to bring to the table with Andy Morell. I think that's going to be really great to see, Paddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I have just dropped in the link to our Discord, people. If you're not in there, come join us there. And anybody who is in the Discord, if you want to send me some questions before I do my interview, hit me up in my DM box on the Discord, and I will have a look at those and see if I can add some to my questions. Josh,
make sure you ask the local pundit first question. That's all I ask. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
What?
Hey, Patty. It is the local punt. You got to ask the question. You got to give the origin story. You got to do it. That's it. That's the one rule. That's it.
That's going to take up the whole bloody interview.
Oh, well, you got to manage it.
His origin story. Come on.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
A 2-hour origin story about his time playing for Wrexham and managing Wrexham. No questions whatsoever.
He'll clip it. He'll be like, I played 300 games. I did this. I did that. And I love that. I love that. That's my favorite comment when we got 12:30 tomorrow. And Josh, if something breaks, Yep, 3:30 a.m. for Joshua.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah.
I'm guaranteed there is going to be early announcements tomorrow.
Just
Yeah.
calm it up. Oh God, shoot me.
Yeah.
Yes.
There will be.
Yes.
There absolutely will be.
Pressure's on, Aaron. I want to know what other teams in our league sign players before the deadline.
Yep, that's the game plan. We'll go through and we'll cover all that. Hopefully, we get John in, and John can tell us what Birmingham did, and then if we get any other fans from other clubs to hop in, they can tell us about their business, and then if not, we'll go through and I'll
The great part about this formula where they have the mid-season transfer window, it feels like it's like a little bolt of lightning that just kicks the season into the finish, where it's like, okay, now it's on. That's what I love about the January transfer window.
Championship, here we come.
Yeah. Well, guys, what a Sunday session. I mean, 90 people in here now. Thanks for everybody for watching. Any last comments, boys, before we get out of here?
Just for Tuesday, game day build-up will be back. That's on. Live watch along for that with the new stats from Sasha. Did a great job. And then Rextra time with the boys doing a call-in show. Great call-in. Make sure you get your calls in. Patty and Aaron and Ken do a great job keeping it moving, getting the conversation going, and then Wrexham reaction. So full slate on Tuesday, not after just Monday. So just make sure you're aware of that too. Awesome. That's all I got.
Anybody else?
Big week. Don't miss tomorrow. If anybody has missed the four of us just talking all sorts of nonsense, tomorrow is going to be a 3 to 4 hour show.
When does that happen? Yeah. But okay, so Aaron's hosting the show tomorrow. Aaron, take us out.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, and on that bombshell.
He doesn't know.